Good afternoon. It's Bobby G from CGN. Welcome back for another exciting interview. With this week, we're honored to have Jake Peacock, who joins us from the University of South Florida, which is a great program. Jake, thanks for taking the time today and spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you for having me, Robert.
Great, Jake. So thanks. You have a fascinating background. If it's okay with you, can we start at your early childhood? Our research team has dug up some really cool stuff about you, starting at, tender age at 15 months old. So you don't have to go that back far if you don't want to, but why don't you just tell us a little bit about, I know that's when you got started, but maybe, a little bit after that in terms of, your young start as a junior.
Yeah. So it was probably about that time when I was introduced to the game of golf. Apparently the story goes, my parents came back from a trip to Mexico and they handed me a snorkel. And apparently I looked at it, turned it upside down, and started swinging it like a golf club. And I was cross-handed, had my left hand low, swinging it righty. And apparently I was hitting pennies off the carpet and hitting them against the wall. And Pops was like, all right, honey, we got to get him a plastic set. And then that turned into a real set. And then started playing competitively, probably about 7 or 8 years old when I started to get into it in the tournaments. And now we're here.
Great. So in your high school career, I know that you led the Cambridge High School to a team title. What was it like kind of in high school, growing up, and in particular, who really helped your game the most kind of to, get you ready for college?
Yeah. There's been a lot that went into that kind of time in my life with golf and, finding ways to continue to improve as I, set my sights on trying to play in college. And I've had numerous coaches that have helped me along the way. Chris Murado, Greg Powers, Wendy Bullock, and so many others. My mental coach to this day, Phil Shomo, has been a huge asset of mine. Many mentors throughout high school, on and off the course, I think have helped me develop as an individual. And yeah, high school golf was a great time in that it was a taste of kind of the team environment that college kind of gives you. So it was a nice intro for sure to kind of get my feet wet in that environment. And, I think I was probably uncomfortable in high school as an underclassman and didn't know what to expect. And it was a great experience. As I transitioned into college as a freshman, I didn't feel quite as intimidated as I did first time around in high school, I guess. And so I think it was a huge learning curve. It was important for my development as a player, as a human. And I couldn't be more thankful for all the people that have helped me along this journey to this day. And they've all helped me get to where I am now.
Including your parents. I'll throw that in there. So,
my parents, more than anybody.
Yeah, thank you. They texted me to make sure I gave them proper reference. So Jake, you go out at the high school tournament, and then we're going to move on to college, but you are low medalist. And I mean, was that like after that tournament, that win and low medalist, was that the aha moment for you? Or when did you say, wow, I'm really going to take it to the next level in college?
I mean, I think just as you continue to put yourself in contention in events, you start to grow your self-belief and your confidence in that, and that you can compete with the guys around you. And, when you break through the ice for the first time, it's a huge sigh of relief. And I think it kind of gets you over that. It got me over that hump of believing in that I could do it and I can get in the winner's circle. And I think, once I broke the ice for the first time, it just unlocked new levels to my game that I hadn't discovered prior to that. Just kind of allowing my instincts to come out more and my belief and commitment in what I'm doing with each shot. I think I just continue to see advancement and improvement in that aspect of the game that continued to help me put myself in contention more and more, coming down the stretch with 9 holes to go. And I attribute, each time you put yourself in that spot, it's allowed me. I've been blessed to have gotten in the winner's circle more and more often, I feel like. And yeah, it's huge. It was a huge time for sure.
So that was a great watershed moment. So before we jump to college, and you mentioned Break the Ice, Jake, what is your favorite karaoke song?
Oh gosh, favorite karaoke song. Let's go.
A lot of people watching, so the pressure's on.
Let's go. As of right now,
yes,
I'll go. Let 'Em Talk, Ty Myers.
Okay, there we have it.
That's
Thank you.
my pick.
That was one of our more important questions of this interview. So let's keep it going. So
Cool.
Let's just jump to college now. And you finished high school. Talk to us a little bit, please, about process of selecting where you wanted to go, and then about your first year at WCU.
Yeah. So I was, I'm a strong believer in everything happens for a reason. And, I kind of I was kind of a late bloomer in junior golf. And I don't think I didn't hit my best stride of junior golf until the summer before college, which was, way after the kind of major recruitment window, I guess, for bigger schools. And, but I was super, super blessed to have had Coach Eckberg at Western Carolina take a chance on me when not many people did. And he gave me a platform and a place to play up in Cullowhee, North Carolina. And, I was able to go there and had playing the best golf of my life leading up to it the months before. And I think I won my last junior golf tournament. And then I went into, college, obviously not knowing what to expect. And I was fortunate enough to have kind of gotten comfortable really quickly and established a spot on the team, the travel team. And I went up to the first event. I made it to the first event, and I actually got in the winner's circle on my first ever college start, which was a whirlwind and an unbelievable experience to win my very first start. And yeah, it just, like we talked about earlier, getting in the winner's circle more and more just grows your self-belief and your confidence that you can do it at the next level and at the level you're currently at. And so I was fortunate enough to have rode a big wave of good golf my freshman year. And I'm forever blessed that Western Carolina took a chance on me. And, I've taken my talents to, South Florida and Tampa after my freshman year. And it's been a great past 3 years that my game has definitely thrived. And, but yeah, I think I couldn't be more happy for the path I've been placed on and everybody that's helped me along the way.
That's awesome. So before we talk about USF, so your first year there, not only do you win the first tournament, which is ridiculously impossible for a freshman, so that was just like stars were aligned and everything clicked, but you go on to become freshman of the year, and then you become all conference, all Southern Conference team the same year. So what was it that then had you start thinking about transferring, or was it inside of you? Was it something external? What kind of led to your thought process in making the decision to transfer? And then if you could also explain why USF.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a tough one. I mean, it's nothing that Western did or didn't do. It was just a matter of a gut feeling of, where I saw the possibilities of my game going. And, I could not have been more grateful for the opportunity to have played there and had a place to play, because without it, I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at right now. So I thank them for that. And, it was just a matter of where I wanted to take my game eventually, and you know, the ceiling that I thought I had while staying there. So that was a big part as to why I wanted to look elsewhere for a bigger opportunity, and because I wanted to continue to challenge my game and grow. And so
Did you use the portal in figuring out where you wanted to go? Could you
did.
explain that a little bit to those watching? Because one of our missions and objectives in doing these interviews is to have fellow, stars like you learn and grow. So yeah, if you could pass some of that wisdom on and pay it forward, that would be really terrific.
Obviously, the portal talks with a coach can be, intimidating and uncomfortable. But it's unfortunately part of the deal. And with where I wanted to take my game, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And I think I entered the portal maybe a week after the season had concluded, and second time around was a lot more traction than first time around. So that was a blast for sure. To have eyes on you from multiple directions. And I think I spent all of May pretty much. I didn't even play any events. I spent all of May just traveling and doing visits, trying to find my new home. And it was a lot. It was a lot to take in, round two. And I was very, very lucky to have found a home here with Steve Bradley and Bradley Caldwell in Tampa. And the rest is history.
That's great. So it sounds like it was not an easy process. What was it at the end that got you over the hump to decide there? Is there one thing that really, kind of made you commit and move forward? Or was it just like the protracted period of time that you were kind of getting worn out?
Yeah, no, like I said, it was a lot to take in. I think the biggest thing is trying to find reasons to pick the school beyond the surface level pitch that you're given. And, I thought I had great experiences at all of them. And I just thought that my experience here was one step better, one step higher. And that just, it's more of a gut feeling. It's hard to put your finger on it, really.
Okay.
But it's a gut feeling. And, Coach Bradley and B-Rad just seemed real and honest and upfront, and like everything they said, I totally believed, and there's something with team morale, getting to kind of meet the guys, and unfortunately the timing of it. Some schools, all the guys were gone because they hadn't made postseason, and so USF was still preparing for nationals, so I got to meet all the guys and kind of get a sense of how the team camaraderie is, which is huge. So I think it was a few things like that that just had my heart drawn to coming here to Tampa.
So first of all, let me congratulate you for being nominated to the Haskins Award Watch list. So can you tell us like how you heard about that and what that means to you?
Yeah. Obviously one of the greatest awards in golf, and just to have your name in the conversation, I think like we've talked about numerous times already, just your belief within yourself and the knowing that you can compete and do it with some of the best it just continues to rise. Whether or not I have a real chance of winning it or not, like it's just to be in the conversation, just continues to give you an extra boost in that self-belief. So truly honored, and just want to continue to take it one day at a time and keep getting 1% better.
That's great. So obviously you had all these honors and recognitions in 2024, Player of the Year, individual champion, all conference team. Try not to embarrass you. But obviously it's really tremendous. I know your parents who are watching are incredibly proud, as are your coaches. So first, just want to ask a little bit about a day in the life of Jake Peacock in terms, or let's just pick a week and an average, a non-tournament week. What does Jake do, balancing his schoolwork, and again, this is for some younger players, schoolwork and then practice and maybe some social here and there, although I know you don't have much time for that, given all the other things you have to do, including interviews with companies like CGN. But give us a little preview, if you would, please, about an average week in the life of Jake Peacock.
Well, I wouldn't ask for any pointers on time management with school. Maybe that's something I'm working on still.
Okay, all right.
4 years in, do procrastinate at times still, but no. I mean, I enjoy fishing. I enjoy bass fishing. So typically, when the course is closed here, I'll go wet a line, try and catch a couple. Love hanging out with my friends, teammates. Plenty of things to do around here in Tampa. We're actually going to Pop Stroke on Thursday, so that'll be a good time. But yeah, just hanging out. And
how many days a week are you practicing? How much time are you putting in practicing during that average week?
Gosh, I would say a typical week we're playing probably 2 to 3, practicing 2 to 3, and then normally 1 day off. This is in terms of what coach has scheduled, but sometimes I'll practice or get some work in at least every day during the week. Normally for at least a few hours daily.
Okay.
I would say that's typically my schedule. And, we've got some guys on the team that are more or less than that. And just kind of depends from guy to guy. But in terms of scheduled stuff from coach, yeah, they've been firm believers in like playing is, the greatest way to kind of get better. In that it obviously resembles and simulates a real tournament the most. And so we normally put things on the line when we're out there playing and not just, playing for nothing, try and add that tournament pressure. And but yeah, I would say it's normally about 6 times a week that we're getting work in.
So you're really busy. What so in terms of the game, what are you playing with right now? What's in Jake's bag?
What's in Jake's bag? I've got Titleist through the bag, and then I've got my favorite club is my putter, the Odyssey Versa from 2014. There's a super stroke on it, but you can't even read any of the words. That's how any of the letters. That's how old it is. So yeah, that's my favorite club. Has been for a long time, and it's my old reliable flat stick. So it's going to be hard for me to change that one.
So it sounds like you're even having, mental anxiety over changing the grip. So what's that all about?
It's just, I've attributed, a lot of my success with my game to my putting more than anything. And, when you kind of grow a memory bank of great putts or clutch putts, it continues to grow that undying belief in that this putt's going to have a chance to go in kind of mentality. So I think one of the most important things to being a good putter is consistency. And, that's why I'm not much of a tinkerer when it comes to clubs or anything like that. So yeah, I love that club, and it's gonna stay just the way it is as long as.
Okay, so here's a genuine offer for you, Jake. In a couple 3 years, if it ever wears down to where it gets to the shaft, and you finally need a regripping, that's a hobby of mine.
Is it?
Yep, you can call me out on that,
Okay.
and I will. I'm in Florida a lot. I'll pick up another one and come by and regrip it, and you can show me a little bit about bass fishing. Is that a deal?
That sounds like a
great.
deal.
Awesome. So let's really most exciting is what's going on with PGA Tour right now. And I know that there's a lot of hype about it and it's really exciting. But if you could, tell us how that's playing into this season. And, if you finish the end of the year, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but because I know that's bad jinx, but if you come out within the top 25, are you think you're going to go pro after that, or are you going to finish up at college, or put us into your mind?
Yeah, no, I mean, eyes are set for, punching our ticket to the national championship, which would be my very first. So that is the biggest goal in the near future. It's right around the corner, and just going to try and continue to do our best to treat it just week to week as a team. And but yeah, the plan is to when exactly pro golf comes, I don't know yet, but the plan would be pretty soon after this semester.
Okay.
Don't know exactly what that looks like, obviously, because I don't know where I'm going to finish, this semester, ranking wise or any of that. But trying to not focus on that too much, because can't control it, or I can influence it, obviously, with how I play. But if I can just control what I can control, then that's going to be give me the greatest chance to get the results I want. So yeah, that's the focus, is trying to punch that ticket to the national championship this year.
Great. Well, Jake, thanks again. It's so much fun meeting you, and so honored really that you took some time out from your busy schedule and bass fishing to talk to us a little bit about, what you're doing, your process. You're really shared some great wisdom, on your commitment, your routine. Your mindset was especially helpful to me, and I'm sure to a lot of people watching, and not letting yourself get too far ahead of yourself, as well as focusing on the future at the same time. I think you said it best when you said, I'm just going to do the things that I can control. And that's incredible, valuable information that you shared. So thank you again to you and to Nicholas for setting this up. We appreciate you guys working with us, and we'll be pulling for you and watching. And it's a pleasure meeting you. And don't forget to hit me up on that grip. All right.
You got it, Bobby. Appreciate your time, man.
Thank you.